Hey everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am wearing pink because real men can wear pink and love it. Well, this is a special video because I'm here at the office and quite frankly, I saw two news stories coming in to school today that really pissed me off. And I want to share them with you, and this kind of goes to the heart of the matter as to why I like sharing news stories about Asia here on the Chi Ranger channel and in my podcast. So the first story is from the Chosun Ilbo, one of the largest newspapers here in Korea. It's a daily newspaper, and the title is North Korean rocket, quote, threatened Chinese passenger plane. Oh my God, I saw that. I clicked on it because I was like, holy crap, with all the missile launches that North Korea has been doing this past week, this is news. Until I read it. Now, it says here, a very dangerous situation arose, and that's in quotes, by the way, when China Southern Airlines flight CZ628 passed through the trajectory of a rocket the North launched without warning to civilian planes. And this is from the Ministry of Defense here in Korea. Now, when you dial down and you get the exact information, the plane passed through the area at 4:24 p.m. The missile was launched 7 minutes ahead of that, and the exact location of the two vehicles were 86 kilometers apart and 10 kilometers in elevation difference. So basically what this is saying is that, well, there's a 7-minute difference between when the plane was there and when the missile was there. They're 86 kilometers apart and 10 kilometers in the height difference. Now, yes, both planes and missiles fly fast, and maybe there's a slim chance that something could happen. But this article makes it appear as if there was imminent danger to the aircraft. And that is a load of crap. It is, quite frankly, in my opinion, irresponsible journalism to throw this out here in this way. This is just really, really bad. The second story comes from the Yonhap News Agency, the de facto state news agency of South Korea. And this has to do with the East Sea Bill going to the Virginia governor. Now, I've mentioned this in the podcast several times. Basically, the South Koreans in Virginia have lobbied the lawmakers there. They've passed the Senate and the House bills to mandate that all schools in Virginia label the body of water between Japan and Korea as both the EC and Sea of Japan. But this is why I really have this. It starts this way, and I'm quoting the article here. I'm reading it verbatim. Virginia legislators wrapped up all legislative procedures in both chambers on the, quote, EC bill Wednesday, passing the onus to Democratic Governor Terry McAuliffe. Last month, the House and Senate approved bills that require all public schools to name the body of water between Korea and Japan as the EC as well as Sea of Japan. Koreans view the name Sea of Japan, which is still better known worldwide, as a relic of Japan's imperialistic past, including the colonization of Korea from 1910 to 1945. They say the EC is the historically correct name. And that's the problem I have with it. It really slants the tone of the article as anti-Japan. And it's important to note that while I think there is historical evidence and using both names would be a correct move in terms of a global scale, the problem is both Japan and Korea are members of the IHO, the International Hydrographic Organization. And it's their job to name bodies of water, and they've said, no, it's the Sea of Japan, because when we named the body of water, this area was controlled by Japan, and they had to say so. National Geographic, I think in 1989 or so, started using both names, and it hasn't caught on worldwide. But this is really slanted as the only acceptable name is East Sea. And quite frankly, more people know it as Sea of Japan. That's the internationally recognized name. And putting this out here in a non-opinion piece in this manner, I think is wrong. I think it's bad journalism as it says as well. Both of these articles are better served as editorials, as opinion pieces, not as straight up news pieces. So I just really got angry when I saw this, because so much of the news that comes out is always colored and isn't correctly portrayed in context. And I guess that's one of the things that I try to do. So every Sunday, if you don't know, I have a podcast. It's largely East Asian news, but I'm changing things up starting this week. I'm putting the emphasis back on creating an audio product. I've renamed the podcast. It's no longer the Chi Ranger Podcast. It is now Asian News Weekly. I'm going to start focusing more on these stories here in East Asia, as well as ASEAN-based news stories, to help take away all the crap, to really understand what's going on, so you don't have to read stuff like this and say, oh my gosh, Korea hates Japan. Well, yeah, there's a lot of issues there, and a lot of this just isn't the reason why these stories should be printed this way. So yeah, I'll try to get the links to these two articles up a little bit later. I have to go to class now, but if you want to subscribe to my podcast, the link is down in the description box. It's on iTunes, it's on ChiRanger.com. So yeah, I gotta go. So until next time, thanks for watching. Be true to yourself and always be awesome. Maybe some more times. Yeah, there we go.